In today's course, I'm going to show you how to make a really simple culinary and baking butter that is light years beyond what you can buy at the store because it performs beautifully in any application, whether it's cooking or baking. Let's say you're trying to make a brown butter or clarify it into a ghee, or let's say you want to create croissants with all of these different layers. Well, this is the butter for you. One of the secrets that oftentimes people don't know about dairy butter and why it produces the results it does is because it has a little bit of milk solids, which helps it to brown and caramelize in cooking. A lot of the plant butters do not. They're made as an emulsification of simply water and oil combined with lecithin, which is the emulsifying agent. Therefore, they do not brown and they don't help your products, your cooking, your baking, create that little caramelized flavor. Also, a lot of the plant butters tend to be lower in oil content, which is perhaps good, but at the same time, you cannot get that flaky texture that you get with dairy butter. So I think this is the best of both worlds, made out of plant butters, made out of plant oils, two different varieties. We have a coconut oil refined, and we have shea butter that's also refined. A lot of the butters that you see in the marketplace, plant-based, are simply made out of coconut oil or palm oil. And what I found is that that tends to dissipate in your mouth. It does not have the same melting curve. So we can replicate dairy butter more precisely or closer by adding some shea butter, which changes the melting curve, whether it's in your mouth or in a baked application. The other ingredients that we're going to be using are avocado oil. We're going to use a little bit of unsweetened plant-based. This is soy yogurt. You can just use soy milk if you like, or another milk such as a rich cashew milk. A little bit of salt, and we're using aquafaba instead of liquid lecithin. The aquafaba, drained from a can of chickpeas, will help to emulsify the combination of the oil and the liquid, resulting in butter. So let's get started. All we have to do is put everything into the blender and combine it. Now, you want to make sure that your aquafaba, your yogurt, your avocado oil, or some other liquid oil are chilled. The magic temperature for turning all of this into butter is around 55 degrees Fahrenheit, which I believe is around 15 degrees Celsius. So what I've done is I've melted the two oils. This is coconut oil and this is shea butter. And we refrigerated them to bring their temperature down as much as possible too, so we can hit that magical number. And there is not a huge discrepancy in the temperatures between all of these ingredients. That's how we can ensure that it's going to whip up into butter immediately. But fear not, because if it doesn't and it separates in your blender, all you have to do is put this jar into your refrigerator until it starts to chill, and then you can re-blend it and it will emulsify and turn into a lovely butter. So let's get everything in there. I'm going to add the shea butter. I'm going to add the coconut oil. Let's get the avocado oil in there. I recently tried cashew oil, and it is a beautiful golden color. It made my butter so delicious. If you can get that, do so. This is the yogurt. Remember, you can also use a rich homemade cashew cream as well. But the yogurt gives it a cultured flavor because it's fermented. If you don't care about that cultured flavor, you can use a non-dairy milk like cashew milk or soy milk. This is the aquafaba. And I'm going to add a little pinch of salt, maybe quarter teaspoon, half teaspoon. You can leave it out if you want an unsalted butter as well. All right, now we're going to whip this and see if it blends into butter. Okay, it's very, very yellow. I really want it thicker than that. So what I'm going to do is put this in the refrigerator because just like this, I could pour it into here and I could put this in the freezer right away and it will turn into butter. If I want to be able to use it right away without separating, I would put this into the freezer for a few minutes until it begins to get really cold because I can see the separation already. Because the ingredients sat out here for a while and sort of reached room temperature. So I'm beginning to see some separation. So I think I'm going to put this whole thing into the freezer. So what I'm showing you is how to fix any butter that breaks. All right, so what I did with the butter is I poured it in here, the separated butter, and we just stuck this in the freezer for a few minutes to chill down. And I've got it back here in my blender jar. All right. And now I have butter that will not separate, as you can see. So I can put this into the refrigerator and it will not separate at this point. Lovely, creamy, yellow butter. Now I'm going to flavor this. This is just plain butter you can use for baking, but we'll just make a couple of flavored butters as well, just for fun. Compound butters, as they are called. So these are all just serving suggestions, but you can flavor your butter in this state any way you like. I've got some beautiful shallots that have been sauteed off. I'm going to add some shallots to this. A little bit of lemon zest. So I think I'm going to do a shallot lemon thyme butter. A little extra salt, and we'll get some thyme in there as well. All right, here's a lovely compound butter made with shallots, thyme, and a little bit of lemon zest. Some more butter in here. Dash of vanilla. A little maple syrup. A little cinnamon. And here's another compound butter. We'll put these all in the refrigerator so you can see how firm they get. And then we'll make one more, a cheesy garlic butter. And finally, just to give you an idea of all the different kinds of compound butters you can make, we'll make a cheesy garlic butter. So I've got some minced garlic here. I'm going to add some nutritional yeast flakes for that cheesy goodness. Add some chopped parsley for color, an extra pinch of salt. And we'll just stir that until the flakes dissolve. Oh, this is going to be super garlicky, but you know, we just made 3 different kinds of compound butter. Just let your imagination go wild and think of all these other combinations, using different herbs, spices. You could do a smoky one with smoked paprika. Tarragon is one of my favorites. Tarragon and lemon could be a possibility. There you go. So we're going to put the cheesy garlic butter in here. And I'm going to just refrigerate all of the butters for a few minutes, maybe half an hour or so that they become spreadable. And you'll find that all of these butters will get very, very hard once they're fully chilled, because they're meant to be used in culinary applications. They'll soften at room temperature, but you can maintain that firmness, that hardness, if you're trying to use it in an application like making croissants or puff paste. All right, I'm going to put this in the refrigerator and I'll see you back in a few minutes. Okay, I've chilled the butter down, so it's nice and firm now. This one's still a little soft in the middle, but as you can see from the exterior, it will get very firm. I'm just going to spread this while it's still spreadable on a piece of bread so that we can taste it. And the avocado oil, which was slightly green, gave it a beautiful yellow tint. Or let's do some of the other flavors. This one has been in the fridge a little bit longer. This is a cinnamon vanilla maple. We've got, let's see. This one I think is the shallot with lemon zest and thyme. And finally, we have the cheesy garlic butter. Well, I hope you learned how easy it is to make your own butter. And now I think I'm going to serve this to the camera crew.